Creaky, Cranky. Thomas chuffed cheerfully into the docks.
Hardy smarty.
You're creaky, Cranky.
Tiny Thomas.
Fizzling fireboxes.
You're not as strong as me. I can lift much heavier loads than you could ever pull.
So Thomas steamed sternly out of the docks.
Then you'll be perfectly polished for the party.
Huffing and puffing, Thomas set off for the docks. Thomas watched and waited. With a creak and a crank, and a crank and a creak, Cranky raised the flatbed into the air. Thomas's boiler buzzed.
You're still creaky, Cranky.
And you're still Tiny Thomas.
So Thomas steamed stormily away. Huffing and puffing, Thomas set off once more for the docks. Thomas watched and waited. With a creak and a crank, and a crank and a creak, Cranky raised the flatbed of straw into the air. Thomas's funnel fizzed.
You're still creaky, Cranky.
And you're still Tiny Thomas.
More than ever, Thomas wanted to prove Creaky Cranky wrong. Then, an idea flew into his funnel. With a creak and a crank, and a crank and a creak.
Bubbling boilers. Creaky Cranky is lifting me.
Then there was trouble. Cranky creaked louder than ever. His crane arm stuttered and juddered. It creaked and it croaked. Then it cracked.
Oh, no.
Cranky's crane arm had broken. Thomas was stuck high in the sky and blowing in the breeze.
Cranky is broken, and you, Thomas, think it's a good time to try being a bird.
Cranky crumpled.
The shame to be as silly as a steamy.
Soon, a workman had climbed up Cranky. Slowly and carefully, Thomas was lowered and landed with a jolt and a judder. Then Thomas pumped his pistons and puffed out of the docks. Thomas wheeshed like the wind.
Cranky creaked, and now he's cracked.
Parts aplenty here.
Cranky was still looking crumpled.